Hello, Basin here with another video. This time we'll be talking about the basics of Genshin Impact. I realize some newer players may be struggling. Maybe they don't have the proper resources to get beginner stuff. So in this we will cover things like how to level up characters, weapons, the wishing mechanic in Pity, AR, crafting, and all that sort of stuff. To begin with, we got AR. What is AR? AR is Venture Rank. You can get a Venture Rank through doing story quests, exploring the world, using resin, and generally those three are the most well-known ways. And personally, I recommend doing resin and story quests. Now, what is AR connected to? Well, up to a certain point, your characters will be limited to a certain ascension, and you have to level up your Venture Rank and ascend to be able to go higher. This also controls your world level. You can get from world level 1, which is the first, to world level 9, which is the last, and is at AR 60. You can go down and up 1. Now, onto basics on characters, how to level them up. First off, this is the menu you'll see. Attributes, weapons, artifacts, constellations, talents, and profile. Talents are usually like your basic attack, skill, and burst. As you see here, you can level them. You get materials from certain domains that you level their talents. Constellations, you get those from wishing. Now, to start leveling, you just open up the menus, go to attributes to ascend or level up, depends. And you can use level up books or papers, as I call them, to level up characters and then their respective materials. And you can get free wishes from Ascension. On to weapons. Now, you can do multiple things with weapons level-wise. For instance, you can level them up. You can put in lower level weapons, you can put crystals in, and you can also refine weapons. First, we will level up this weapon. Level 20, you can ascend them to. And you also need to do those domains to get those materials. Now, on to refine. You have to have multiple copies of a weapon, or in the case of an event weapon, you just have to have the material the event gives you to do this. Now, artifacts. We're not going deep into them, but basically, they are the backbone of stats. They can give you crit damage, crit rate, attack, HP, defense, all that kinds of stuff. Flowers and feathers will always be set to a certain stat as the main stat. Now onto crafting. You can craft crystals, the books for talents, ascension for weapons, and the different drops that you get from enemies to level up characters and weapons. Now, there are buffs certain characters can give you. For instance, Dory gives back refunding. And as you can see, it refunds. But that's only like a small chance. Certain characters give certain ones. If we look here, Dory, Sucrose. And then we also get Mona and Alhaitham for weapon stuff. Now, this is normally what you see with crafting. This is your basics. Now, onto convert, you can use Dream Solvent or Dust to convert to certain things. May it be boss drops or the crystals. Now, you can strongbox. This is where you take the 5-star artifacts and essentially feed them to give you new ones. You have to have at least 3 to get 1. So I'm using 3 here. Accidentally hit an extra one, and boom, gave me an artifact. Now, cooking. You do this generally. It can give you different stats, or it can just heal you. Food is temporary with the stat boosts, but you can do attack, defense, or stamina food. You can also do revive food. Now, characters have special dishes. For instance, this one's Kabe's. You can manually cook, which you have to do up to a certain point, and then you can auto cook as well. Each character, there's also buffs here, but each character has their own special dish except for Raiden. You can also make materials for cooking. This is only limited to certain ones. For instance, I'm going all in on flour here. I use it for Kabe's dish, so I'm putting it all in there. On to crafting. Now, you can make the crystals to level up weapons, or you can make weapons. Certain gadgets will also be here, like the cooking pot, or the compass for different regions. And usually, this is quite simple, and it will tell you what you need, always. And there are characters who will have boosts for building certain weapons. Events. So this is generally a good source of primo gems. You get to test out whatever characters are on banner, and you also get events every patch. Now, wishing. You have the 2 main banners, and then the standard banner and the weapon banner. Standard banners, just all standard characters, it's permanent. The weapon and character banners change. And you can get Intertwine Fate and Equate Fate. Intertwine is for the limited banners, and Equate is for the permanent banner. You can get other stuff from the shop, but primarily you will be using it for the fates. Stardust Exchange, really same thing, but primarily focus on getting the monthly Intertwine and Equate. Purchase of Primo Gems, always go in with Intertwine unless you're doing a standard banner only account, because you get more from the limited banners than you do the Equate, because there are more characters that you see through those. Now, pity. You can count your pity in your history, count by 5s, and therefore, it's somewhat difficult. First, your pity starts at 6, and then once it reaches 70, it goes up by 6% each pull. Now, let's go on to skills and rotations. And first, here is an example of rotation. I'm starting off with Yelan, then I'm going to go to Kuki, then Nahida, and then I'll go to Alhaitham. But usually each character and team will have its own rotation. This is why I can't give you a straight answer on a rotation. It depends on the character, depends on who you are running, and so I can't really say what you should do. You just go based on what you feel and what's best. Certain characters will need certain set rotations, which you can find through kitchen mains, that type of stuff. Now, on to the basics of fighting. That's basic attack. Usually, you don't want to use your basic attack, but certain characters will like it. This is a skill. You can use it to, usually it's for elemental, and certain characters will have a thing where you can hold down. For instance, Alhaitham, it gives you the ability to aim. And once you aim, you can, well, hit the enemy. Nahida, hers does a little aim. And you can pick up stuff with this, like flowers and stuff in the area. Cookie's does not have a hold down specifically, but hers is a healing one. That's all I have for now. I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to like, subscribe, comment. I will be hopefully doing a more in-depth on the basics of building characters, going more in-depth on artifacts and stats. That's all I have for now. Goodbye!